मैं आई एम श्योर मेरी आवाज ठीक आ रही होगी। ठीक है ना? आवाज
यस
ठीक?
सर। यस सर, बिल्कुल ठीक है सर।
नमस्कार। डॉक्टर पी आर स्वरूप, डायरेक्टर जनरल CIDC, his colleagues Sri Ashutosh Bharadwaj, director, and Sri P.K. Mishra, additional director from CIDC, Professor G.D. Sharma, Vice Chancellor, USTM, distinguished guests and students, very warm welcome to this inauguration program. I will begin with a brief introduction to my organization. Of course, much has been said earlier also. So CPWD is a premier engineering organization of the central government, founded in July 1854. We will celebrate 167th annual day soon on 12th July. We have a formidable workforce of about 6,000 professionals, comprising of architects, civil engineers, electrical engineers, and horticulturists, along with about 18,000 supporting staff, total of about 24,000. We are engaged in construction, maintenance, and repairs to central government buildings, construction of roads, flyovers, bridges, and sports complexes, and infrastructure along border areas. And we have presence throughout the country, and we are doing some work in foreign countries also. Presently, we are doing works in Nepal, Sudan, and Myanmar. We also organize public functions like Republic Day, Independence Day, Yoga Day, and Gandhi Jayanti. We publish works manual and technical documents which are used by many other organizations. I congratulate CIDC for its relentless pursuit of development of the construction industry in India by skilling of workforce and professionals, by creating database of vendors and materials, publishing technical literature, and organizing courses and workshops for those associated with the industry. This initiative taken by CIDC to organize learning courses for engineering students, faculties, and professionals with emphasis on industry-centric content followed by industry-oriented training program by industry experts is praiseworthy, particularly because of its relevance in the present pandemic. The industrial and economic growth in our country, coupled with rapid urbanization, have led to a spurt in construction activities. It is estimated that the construction industry contributes to more than 8% of GDP, second only to agriculture sector, employs more than 50 million, including professionals and consultants, and supports about 300 allied industries. Today, we are building airports, we are laying highways and railway lines, linking rivers, creating health and sports infrastructure, laying sewer lines, and providing drinking water to cover the remote areas also. Keeping in view the environmental concerns, the emphasis is on sustainable development with energy and water efficient buildings, use of renewable sources of energy such as water, wind, and the sun, rainwater harvesting, zero solid and wastewater discharge, use of local and low embodied energy materials, solar passive architecture, and so on. There is also thrust on the use of new and emerging construction technologies like pre-engineered buildings, light gauge steel frame structures, and precast construction, which reduce consumption of water, noise, and dust pollution. These technologies also have added advantage. The quality and workmanship are better as compared to the conventional technologies because the products are manufactured work in workshops under with better quality control, and the construction is also speedier. As Professor Sharma mentioned earlier, use of artificial intelligence, particularly augmented reality, virtual reality, 3D, holography, and IoT, these are very helpful not only for project monitoring, but also in real execution of the work. And I'm sure that the courses will also include these aspects of these modern methods of tools available with us to help the students understand the methodology and also improve their managerial skills. The skilling of labor and supervisory staff is also very crucial for the development of construction industry. CPWD, in collaboration with CIDC and other organizations, is working tirelessly to train about 50% of its unskilled workers to semi-skilled or skilled level. The skilling has not only brought about improvement in the workmanship, but also the output. This has many obvious advantages. Such trained workers also earn higher wages and may be considered as agents for economic development. Industry-centric courses and industrial training are very important for young professionals, already mentioned by Professor Sharma, more so during present time of remote learning. A young professional fresh from college needs to develop skills in the application of theory to practical cases, work ethics, teamwork, creativity, sharing ideas, and communication. Such courses and training programs will expose the students to real work environment and help them learn through practical cases of planning and execution. They will also be able to identify, formulate, and model problems and find engineering solutions based on systemic approach, learn the importance of sustainable development and cost-effective design and development of engineering solutions. I congratulate the CIDC for taking this initiative to organize these courses. I also convey my best wishes to all the participants. I'm confident that the courses followed by training program will be very useful for them and they will benefit immensely from such programs. Thank you very much.